Pakistan says it's killed more than 270 Afghan Taliban officials and militants since Thursday night in cross-border strikes. It says at least 12 Pakistani soldiers have also been killed. Pakistan targeted the Afghan capital Kabul as well as Kandahar and 20 other locations. Pakistan's defence minister said there was now a state of open war with Afghanistan. Well, the Afghan Taliban announced a major offensive against Pakistani military posts near the border on Thursday. It's now saying it wants to solve the dispute through dialogue. China, a close ally of Pakistan, has called on both sides to exercise restraint and work towards a swift ceasefire. Pictures from Pakistan show a mosque and residential buildings damaged by Afghan shelling. What's joining me from Kabul is Yama Bariz from the BBC's Afghan service, and we're joined from Islamabad by BBC Urdu's Umar Draz Nangiana. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. So tell us what the situation is. It seems like quite an escalation there. Yama.
Well, Taliban government last night around 8 o'clock, they announced a major offensive against Pakistani positions, military positions along the Durand line in the eastern part of Afghanistan. And just a few minutes ago, the spokesperson of the Taliban government, he appeared in a press conference and he said that...
Oh, apologies, we seem to have lost that line there to Yama Bariz in Kabul. Well, let's bring in the BBC's Urdu correspondent Umar Draz Nangiana. Thank you for being with us. So tell us a little bit about the reaction there from Pakistan. We've had some strong language from the Pakistani Prime Minister saying the country has the full capability to crush any aggressive ambitions. The language seems to be still quite strong from Pakistan.
Indeed, yeah. So just a while ago, we heard from the military spokesperson from Pakistan, and he used this term for the Afghan Taliban, and he said they were the master proxy, and there were different multiple proxies working under them in Afghanistan. So this is the first time that they've used such language against the Afghan Taliban directly. And the civilian leadership has also used some really hard words, and they've said that they are in an open war with Afghanistan, and they said things like their patience has run out and now they're ready for a war with Afghanistan. So from what we've seen so far, the statements coming from the Pakistani leadership and the military spokesperson, it doesn't look like that Pakistan plans on backing down from here. But on the other side, the Afghan spokesperson has asked that they are ready for a dialogue with Pakistan and they want to resolve all these issues with Pakistan through talks, but it is still, I mean, it is yet to be seen if they would indeed go to the table.
And just remind us slightly, just briefly, why this has come about now. I mean, it seems like it's quite an intense escalation, but give us a bit of the background to this.
There indeed is. It actually started a week ago when there was a series of suicide bombings in different cities and different locations in Pakistan. And one of those bombings, suicide bombing, happened in the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, where a number of people were killed. It was a mosque that was targeted. So what we've seen is that whenever there is a suicide bombing or a terror attack in Pakistan, the authorities in Pakistan in the subsequent investigation come up with this narrative that it was all planned and executed from Afghanistan, and they've blamed Afghanistan government of sheltering the people who were involved in these attacks. So what happened was that a week ago there were a couple of suicide bombings, which was vehicle-borne bombings, and one of those targeted a senior military officer, a lieutenant colonel, and he was killed in that attack. And soon after that suicide bombing, Pakistan carried out the airstrikes in Afghanistan. And it said that it targeted in those airstrikes the militant hideouts from where these suicide attacks in Pakistan were planned and executed. And since then, the Afghan Taliban have been saying that there would be a retaliatory action against Pakistan against these airstrikes. And they did that last night, on Thursday night, when they engaged the Pakistani military at different locations. And the military spokesperson just told us that there were 53 locations where the Afghan side retaliated from, and they exchanged fire with the Pakistani soldiers. And that's how it all began.
We just want to try and bring Yama Bariz back in from Kabul. And now it seems that the Taliban are looking for dialogue. How likely is it that that will happen?
Well, the Taliban spokesperson just appeared in a press conference. He said that all along they have been willing to solve the problem through dialogue, but he blamed Pakistan that he clearly mentioned that there is a group of military officers in Pakistan which they are in power. They do not want the dialogue. That's why they did not have any other choice but to respond to Pakistan's airstrikes, which they say that has killed civilians only, although Pakistan claimed that they have struck the hideouts of ISK and TTP, but there were reports that 18 members of a single family, they were killed in the eastern part of Afghanistan. And also UNAMA issued a report and said that they have confirmation of at least 13 civilian deaths in that incident. So even today, the spokesperson of Taliban, he reiterated that position that they will not allow the soil of Afghanistan to be used against anybody, and he said that Pakistani government accusing them and it's not justified. He also said that Pakistan is claiming that Afghanistan is somehow involved in those suicide bombs or bombings in Afghanistan and Pakistan, although the Taliban are in war with ISK.
Yama Bariz, thank you very much indeed. Also, thank you to Umadraz Nangiana for those updates. And you can follow the story.